insurance industry looks to capitalize on recent momentum by actively pursuing new growth strategies. There is a continued push towards advanced operations, such as shared services and to some extent outsourcing, as a way to maintain competitiveness and agility. To better understand these trends, the Everest Group and the Shared Services and Outsourcing Network conducted a study on vertical industry strategies a year and a half ago. And we added analysis to what had been done in the past to provide a deeper and more insightful perspective to organizations that embark in organizational strategies in insurance. So while the insurance industry has a good momentum behind it right now, as the industry evolves, there will certainly be challenges, and insurers are preparing for it. Customer segmentation, for example, through advanced analytics, will certainly enable better coverage along with a holistic approach to customer service, but will rely on the effective integration of back-end systems, which is complicated today. Also, flexible growth and the ability to adjust to the actual demand in the market will require division of core and non-core activities, a certain amount of data standardization and technology upgrades. But capital expenditures, especially when they are significant in the face of volatility, are not the ideal strategy, certainly for CFOs and for CEOs. Finally, there's a persistence of low interest, which will foster an attitude of doing more with less. And as a result, many insurers have already begun to explore more comprehensive shared service, outsourcing, offshoring, and other type of organizational strategies to aid reducing cost and promoting standardization and increasing the scalability needed to grow when the market is growing. There are three key levers that generate the value that can be delivered by advanced operations. First, optimized processes through reengineering and centralization. Secondly, embedded analytics and technology. And thirdly, the increased use of shared services and global delivery. When asked to prioritize actions for optimizing service delivery, reengineering and standardization of processes was the biggest response that we obtained from the sample, with about 78% of all respondents. In the second bucket of levers, analytics and technology, the implementation of new tools and new technologies that is likely linked to the disposition to what the response was about leverage analytics and business intelligence were both areas of focus, although a little bit less universally so than the process optimization levers. The use of analytics and business intelligence in particular stood out as a priority for insurance as compared to other industries. And indeed, the possibilities within the industry are really promising from that perspective. Perhaps one of the most striking findings in the survey was that nearly half, about 44% of the respondents from the insurance industry rated that an increasing amount of offshoring and nearshoring was one of their top priorities. And this actually goes counter to a lot of the public discourse. And this was a marked contrast to other industries where in average, about only 19% of respondents indicated the same. Possibly reflecting the fact that many industries have already done that and have already that in place for some time. However, with both process reengineering that was cited as one of the top three priorities by 69% of the respondents, and centralization, which was about 50% of the respondents, still appear very commonly, I think we can safely infer that insurers are not focusing on cost alone, and that the need for more scalable operations to accommodate their growth target is absolutely notable. Another trend is that there is an increasing amount of scope delivered through advanced operating models. Historically, much adoption in shared services and outsourcing has been around traditional quote-unquote horizontal functions such as finance and accounting, human resources and IT. And this is probably no surprise to insurers, as the survey results have shown that the industry has a higher representation of horizontal, so things that are across industries, and industry-specific functions in either an outsourced or a shared service environment. This is potentially an opportunity for insurers, as other industries already crossed that chasm a while back and have started delivering a larger number of industry-specific functions in an advanced operating model, delivery model. Insurers continue to pursue a more comprehensive shared service environment, encompassing a greater breadth of vertical functions in order to address scalability issues and the push for standardization. These initiatives are often part of the pursuit of a target operating model spans across horizontal and industry-specific functions and enable more efficient growth and scalability. By focusing on optimizing industry-specific processes, as well as, for example, finance and accounting processes, like internal audit and reporting, insurers are addressing what I would call environmental challenges, like escalating costs, compliance, and the availability of data, as well as addressing